break down a little bit more about and go into detail, because a lot of people who listen to us, and that's the dope thing about the show, from my experiences, you got Jalen listening, or, you know, cats like that. And it's like, they're not going to, or Ravina and LaDonna listen, you know what I mean? It's like those type of people are like, I want to make sure that they get a piece of what we're giving, you know what I mean? But also, I don't want to neglect the people who up there who hire too, like shit.
All right, I got you. You are up and running, and here goes the audio. You are good to go.
Buck. Welcome to the 12th episode of the High Vibration Guys. Right? What's coming from me? You got your boy, Jamal. You got Asa Bay representing Let the Hood Be Healthy Again from Wi-Fi, right?
Yes, sir.
And last, but also, you got Creates. You can check her out.
Man Creates, come on
Instagram.
On the Instagram.
Some of the best vegan food out here, bro.
Some of the best vegan food in Detroit.
What?
Coming in last, as usual, right? You know his place. You got your boy, the big bro, Akil Tally. Come on, man. Come on, clap it up for Akil. All right.
I hate it here.
So welcome to the 12th episode of the High Vibe Guys. I wanted to talk about this personally because we had to document this moment in history with the Teddy Riley versus Babyface battle. I damn near got into my first IG beef of all time over this shit. You know what I mean? And I don't do IG beef. I don't do beef on social media, period. I don't even do social media. Y'all know I stay quiet. But somebody got at me tough. Oh, there go my baby girl. What she get?
Oh, with the chef hat though.
With the chef hat. Sit. Hold
Is
on.
your audio on, Cynthia?
Oh, there she go.
That's her. Y'all, so YouTube are so stupid. That ain't actually her. Yeah, you guys. Oh God!
All right, we go. The commentary on the Teddy Riley versus Babyface.
Idiot. You know, hold on, wait. Don't you go? You know how you can create like those little emojis that look like you? That popped up, and both of you guys are like hey, Cynthia, so what's going on?
Well,
You guys
there she goes, and there she goes, Akil. All right, cut out that whole portion when you do the editing. We got our special guest in the building today, everybody.
Why do y'all have my picture up there, the frozen picture?
We see your frozen. Your face at?
You got audio or video?
Huh?
Hit the screen and it should say share video at the bottom.
Oh.
There you go. Okay, cool.
All right.
Woo.
Hey, y'all.
What's
All
up? What's up?
How everybody doing?
Good.
Excellent.
Let me bring you in real quick. So everybody right now, we have the owner of Shea License Popcorn on chat with us right now. She's joining the High Vibe Guys. Entrepreneur, stylist, diva, mother.
Stylist. Okay.
I don't know. What do they call people now? Fashionistas or something like that? I don't want to call you no fashionista. That's some young girl stuff. But excellent. One of my best friends, my sister. One of the strongest people I've met in life. It's a pleasure to be able to have you on the show right now as we are in our 12th episode. And I just wanted to give you the proper introduction that you deserve. So if you don't mind, why don't you give our people, our listeners, a little bit about yourself, maybe how you got into the business, and kind of speak about some of the things going on during quarantine too.
And then tell them why your face glowing like this. Like, what the hell is going on? Some tips on why your face is Jesus.
Hush up. Let me rub that in a little bit.
No, I'm talking about in the best way possible. You got energy going right now.
Here we go.
Anyways, my bad. All right.
That's for sure. Booze, Asa, Akil, thank you for the invite.
Hold on, real quick.
Thank you for coming.
Right order too. Thank you.
Thank
you. You are so weak, Booze.
Thank you for the warm intro, Booze. You pretty much said it all. Entrepreneur, but first and foremost, mother of 3 sons, 3 kings, actually. Some of the strongest young men that I've had the pleasure of actually birthing. But not only that, being some of my strength. Own a popcorn company, but it started more so with a personal chef and catering idea of providing healthy food to families that didn't know how to eat and take care of themselves to actually live lifelong. And in the midst of that, wanted to give my boys a snack that was healthy. So popcorn came in just from an idea of a healthy snack, and it's grown to be the #1 snack for sure in Whole Foods in Detroit. So
Big facts.
So not one of the things that's currently happening where I'm at right now is we moved in order to grow to scale to the next level. We're the co-packer now, which is huge for me because that's not necessarily the direction or the steps that I've thought. But when you are an entrepreneur, correct, Asa, you got to follow the path that's given. You know what I mean? So this is where we.
I'm sorry, what's your explain what a co-packer is and why you had to go to that direction? Because a lot of people don't know what that is.
Yeah, so like saying again that we started literally making the popcorn, just as a snack. When we went to or wanted to entertain a retail idea, we had to go into a commercial kitchen, which was a shared commercial kitchen. And so with growing, so to speak, out of that space and going and needing to scale to go through all of the Midwest with Whole Foods, just as an example, we needed to be able to have access to a kitchen, seeing that our brick and mortar isn't built out yet. So this is an in-between step for us. So a co-packer is someone who you meet with and discuss if they can produce your product for you with the same quality and integrity that you believe. And I met somebody who can do that.
Oh, wow.
So they're able to produce 5 days a week currently at a scale that we wouldn't be able to produce in a shared kitchen.
I'm gonna clap it up for that because that's a major move you're making right now. Major.
That is fly. That is super fly.
So me and you kind of discussed some things that we might talk about today. Why don't you give us some details on the evolution of like the popcorn itself, as far as like, from the beginning to now. And
I can speak on that. I used to get the popcorn when it was in the bag that we paid 10 cents for. And I used to worry about people gonna open the bag and spill it. I was like, woo, don't be too hard on the bag. But yeah, we started just, actually we didn't put much money into it because we didn't know if the idea of what we thought tastes good was going to be what the world would accept. And during the trial phase, we saw that a lot of people was rocking with us. And so now we went from 10 cents to a stand-up pouch to, it's just been a lot of things overall that has developed with the packaging. But as far as in the flavors, it's the most where I'm so proud because we went from just 4 flavors to actually now having 15.
And I think one thing you left out is super dope to me. And I hog these interviews. One thing you left out that's super dope to me is that this was a family-started business. It was you, your husband, and your boys.
My 3 sons, yeah.
And like, I can't really even say that I know of any family-oriented business. Like, that's some real TV type shit. You know what I mean?
Aw.
It's a beautiful story, and it's not a story; it's real life, though.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this: TV show. I'm with it, Asa. I'm claiming it. But the one thing, Booz, that we never let come as a priority over our priority, which was us being a family, instilling straight principles into our boys. So we had a lot of opportunities to grow fast because of the demand and people really wanting the products. But our boys was at a crucial age to where that was the most important thing for us to be able to still pour gems into them. So we grew at a pace that was easy for us.
Man, shout out to who's not gonna get to graduate normally, and shout out to every young kid who won't be able to have a graduation this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But, you do have 2 extremely bright, intelligent. You have 3 extremely bright, intelligent boys, but the 2 I'm most familiar with, I love them to death. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I love you boys. And,
Thank you.
So you started with a small popcorn line of 4 flavors, and I believe you were at Eastern Market first, and then you went to Whole Foods, or was it vice versa?
No, you're right. We started at Eastern Market, and then we, I walked in Whole Foods and told Big Larry, "Come on, ready." Yeah. Yeah, and then you started growing a business from there, and then over the past few years, you've had some, challenges come about, and you can speak to that much better than me, and I would like to, we can go into some different things from there. Okay, you speaking about my loss to my husband?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So we started the business in 2013, and it's when you have a partner, it always makes it a bit easier because you don't have everything on your shoulders. But 2018, he passed unexpectedly, And so with that passing, I became the brain side or the business side as well as the creative side, which allowed for a lot more responsibility, but also some overwhelming like situations regarding growth. You know what I'm saying, Akil?
I do.
And, yeah. And so with having to embrace both sides of the business, but still had the overall goal of hiring someone that could actually suit the positions that I don't necessarily want to play, meaning that I don't need to have my hands in everything anymore. So it actually was an opportunity for me to see the growth of him, and I had discussed years ago, now just implementing it, but during a grieving period. So the hardest thing I could say to being an entrepreneur and having to go through such a traumatic experience like that is people don't really know for real what your personal life is like. Some people knew Greg, some people didn't, you know. And for those who didn't know him, they don't necessarily know that I'm sitting on a panel maybe a month or two after his loss, because I had already had obligations to, you know, be a part of a certain event. And so that part of switching from this high vibrational person, which I do believe I am, to really just wanting to be at home in bed, not wanting to do nothing. But at the end of the day, the fight that I have inside of me and the push and the drive that I have to make sure that my boys know that as a family unit, we still strong and can make it, was part of the motivation to keep moving forward.
So not business related. When after Greg's passing, are you feeling the need to also play a different role inside the boys' lives too? Has that something that's came up for you, or because I'll be honest, I remember after I was talking to the boys, and I was so impressed with how strong they were. You know what I mean? It made me think about the type of man I am, and like, would they be that strong and resilient if I went there afterwards? And it was something that I will always remember. But did you feel a need to kind of transition how you were parenting as well too, or did Greg leave such a foundation that you were able to just kind of keep moving forward?
Well, here's the thing, and that's a real good question, Booz. The twins they'll be 18 June 1st, right? Trey will be 24 August 26th. So I'm not dealing with babies anymore. You know, I'm not dealing with the foundation that we really have laid and instilled in them is not to see the fruitage of it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm adjusting my parenting in the sense of saying, I gotta see what kind of fruitage we bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, we put the work in, let's let them blossom. So I'm a little bit more hands off in the sense that I trust that they are mature enough to make these decisions as they're becoming young men that can function in a world that's not necessarily set up to make life easy for them. So I didn't want to enable them or make them feel like I had to pacify them because of losing their father. They know what kind of father figure they had in their life. They know what kind of mother they have in their life. And I'm still going to keep the same two-step, but just a little bit of easing up, only because I should be able to see those qualities in their father and them, and trust that they're going to actually come out in the way that they should. So I'm not changing up too much, no.
And I think you probably knew Greg better than all of us, you know what I mean, as far as me and Akil go. And I think you were probably able to speak, because we also talk about that. We talk about a lot of things on the show, but one thing I think was really impressive about Greg was, like, Greg also lost, 200-300 pounds?
No, he was not.
I thought he lost like 200-300.
Don't be making my husband no Oompa Loompa, okay? No.
I was about to say, when I met Greg, he was like 220, 230. Like, damn, boo.
Greg lost a lot of weight.
Greg top weight was like 370. With my combination of getting us on the right track eating and his desire to work out, he got down to like 180. But then he stripped down so that he could make sure he was cleansing internally, not just for the show outside, right? What the body could look like. And then he built it up to like 220.
Right now you're kind of doing something. Is that when you're doing a raw thing then? Is that how you guys strip down?
Raw played a huge part in it. Yep. So I am doing raw right now. And
I was gonna ask how do you do it, but you know what? I saw that raw pasta the other day.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're making food like that, I think anybody can eat it. But you might be one of the coldest raw vegan people I've ever seen in life.
You heard that, Asa?
I heard. I'm trying to try some of the meals, man. What's up?
I got you. I got you. But no, you was asking Booz about Greg. I mean, you was asking Asa about Greg because Asa and Greg had a very close relationship with each other. Asa, you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, so about instead of saying something like 200, 300 pounds, Bruce, Greg has one of the best transformation stories that I've seen, you know, since I've been alive. I've been aware of this whole health paradigm, you know, and he did it before it even became popular, you know. So that's one thing that stands out as far as like the evidence of the willpower that he had, you know. But in addition to that, for anybody who has met this brother, the energy that he exuded is literally like he just dripped and sweated and had the aroma of high vibrations. Everybody loved him, liked him, and he was tall, so it was literally like standing under a human light pole or something. You know what I'm saying? I got inspiration. I got motivated every time I came around this man. It was just, it was amazing, man. And we had like a little, like a brotherly bond, big bro, little bro thing that was just off rip, you know, and I appreciate that. But yeah, I think we should eventually like do some type of like video or something commemorating that life journey and that transformation process, because he's impacting so many people. You know, they will remember and just get inspired, keep that ripple effect going.
Yeah.
That's true. Thank you. Yep, that's real. Yep.
I'm happy to be able to speak to him now. You know, I know somebody else who lost somebody significant to him this year, and I just realized how powerful it is in itself to just remember that person, because I wanted to speak to Greg for a few reasons. Just because, one, I knew about how it impacted you with business, and like I told my brothers before we started this show, was just the grieving, man, and not really being able to speak to it, or us as a community not really knowing how to grieve. It's one of those things that I've seen more frequently as I get older. You know, people pass more frequently, and I thought that it was, to me, just so dope, because I know that you had to go through a grieving process, and through that process, you came out on the other side while also having to maintain a business.
But let me stop you right there, Booz. I don't know if the grieving for real ever stopped. I mean, I just want to be completely transparent. It's days where I think today is what, Thursday? And Monday, you know, I had my oldest son at a very young age, right? I gave birth to him at 16. And a picture came across of me and him, and I literally saw, this is what they mean about a baby having a baby. And so with just thinking about, you know, being 16 to 21, and I was 21 when I got married to Greg, and which was such a blessing. But it still just shows you that over the time period of losing somebody, it's only been a little over 2 years, it gets better, but it still stings. And some days are harder than others. So I think Monday or Tuesday, I was literally crying, and it wasn't like no boohoo. It was just like tears was just flowing, and I didn't stop them. Just wanted to go through the emotion of it. And then I got a call, and it was on my business line. And I'm literally wiping the tears as I'm going, "Thank you for calling Shayla Sensational Popcorn. How may I help you?" And there was a customer from Chicago who was inquiring about an order. And in that moment, it's one of those real times where you have to be like, no matter what, if this is what your passion is, and our product isn't just a popcorn that it's out here to just taste good. It got a lot of health benefits to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of passion in the product, but nobody knows what was happening. You know, the moments that can hit you, or even you can be grateful of having that person in your life and be joyful. It could be joyful tears, but at the end of the day, you still have a time period where it seems to be okay, but then it may not be, and it's okay to go through that, and it's okay to go through it with somebody if you have somebody that you can lean on in those times. So I don't want you to like even project the idea that I'm okay now. I'm maintaining and I'm strong. So my willpower is allowing me to still kick down doors and blaze the pavement. You know what I mean?
My apologies for miscommunicating how you feel. And,
Thank you.
I said this other day, I said she gonna check me at some point on the show.
It's all out of love. It's all out of love.
The kill. You know, do you have anything? I know. Actually, I do know you got something to speak to along those lines.
Hold on. My bad. My phone is going ham right now.
Can you
What
hear me?
happened to Asa?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
'Cause I can hear y'all. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Everything is going
Crazy right now.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Beautiful. No, I definitely can relate to what Sent is saying in terms of the grieving process. I lost my dad in 2014. You know, that was 6 years ago. And I was crying about my dad a few days ago. And it's just like Sent was saying, it's a process. It gets better with time, but you never know what's going to trigger you. Like, I got my background on my phone is a picture of my dad. So the other day, me and my Timothy are playing on the floor, and she sees, like, you know, my phone goes off, a message goes off, and she sees the picture of my dad, and she goes to my phone, and she, like, kisses my phone. I started crying like a baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's stuff like that. Just small stuff like that. I'm not expecting for those emotions to be triggered at that time period, but seeing her do that, and you know what I'm saying, just processing it the way that I processed it, you know, grieving, man, that's a whole nother level of trying to detach.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants that.
I'm having to find a new normal.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we I know you super strong, so we gonna get through this. I wanna, on a selfish level, go back to talking about the food side of it, because I've been asking you about a vegan cake for like 5 years now. Every time I see Asa and Booze, I get flexed on about raw collard green wraps. And y'all, Booze or Asa coming in with like, yeah, bro, I just got a whole cake from Cynthia. It's red velvet. Red velvet.
Really, for real?
It's got a red velvet vegan cake. Oh my God.
Did you get one?
Okay.
I did not. I did not.
Okay, Akil, I hear you.
But
I
no,
got you.
It's crazy, bro. I used to get all the slices. I would go to Eastern Market strictly for your popcorn and the cake slices. Dude would be like, bro, you just coming here for the same stuff. Yep.
Man.
I was asked too, just more of a business thing. I know it was at a point in time when you kind of evolved the business and you went from doing cakes to doing the popcorn. What kind of triggered the evolution or the change in direction to just being more strictly focused on the popcorn, which I think was a brilliant idea. I can name my personal reasons why I think it was brilliant, but I think it's for you. It'll be because I think one thing that is dope with having you on is like, it's not too many Black female entrepreneurs that are doing it as big as you. You know what I mean? In the city for sure.
Nope.
And I would say too, doing a product that is so successful. One thing I say about our community is we all do the same thing a lot of the times. Like, everybody got a soul food restaurant, you know what I mean? Or they got, do some rapping. And I ain't dissing nobody who ventures in those lanes. But I told Asa and Akil, when we started looking at the business in itself, I thought the idea of you doing popcorn was brilliant. You know what I mean? For many reasons.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe my reason is going to be different from yours.
Yeah.
The baking is so precise, right? And I've actually loved baking, but when I lost Greg, it was harder to focus on the baking versus the popcorn. And the popcorn is actually an easier production process than the cakes. So my thought process was, I'm opening my brick and mortar, and I was only supplying Whole Foods one particular flavor, which I have a dozen flavors of different cakes that I could provide to the community. And so I figured I'll get the cakes back up and running and actually just let my pastry chef take it over once I get the brick and mortar going, and then just focus on the popcorn and let the popcorn brand build the rest of the brands that follow, since it is sensational. So it'll be sensational desserts, sensational hummus, sensational salad dressings, sensational eats overall,
Ugh.
which is a great transition to the food truck.
Ugh.
Get to the bag, sis.
And so you have a food truck as well. Go ahead and flex on me now. Go ahead and flex some more. And you now have a
No,
food
I'm not trying to
Yeah,
flex
buddy.
on nobody.
flex
You're flexing on everybody right now. Because you also have a
Well,
food.
let me go ahead and come from the top with it then, if I'm no.
Let me tell you how you started off the show. You started the show by saying, I'm pretty sure I have the #1 snack product inside of Whole Foods in Midtown Detroit. And now we're transitioning to the food truck. But go ahead and let us know about the food truck too, please.
Asa, can you tell everybody I'm very, very humble? Don't let booze
Man.
be out here like I'm.
The
Come on. With your lying
man,
self.
She said Asa, not booze, bro. Shut it up.
All right.
So, yeah, extreme humility, but the thing is, and quote unquote, the problem is like the power level that you come from, the manifestations that you produce, they
Correct.
make people scream and holler and jump up and down like a choir. You know what I'm saying? So it's we grateful that you humble, to balance that out. But that's just what you got to deal with for the rest of this lifetime. If you going to continue going like that, I think we should all go around in a circle and give her like personal testimonies or experiences with Shayla Six, not necessarily the person, but like with the manifestations that she produced. So she can sit back, relax, and observe like others. Or they, the people who might not be familiar, they can bear witness. Let me go first, since I'm already talking. Unless you want to go, Akil.
I'll go first.
Okay, cool.
Are we speaking on how much we love her product, or just our personal experience?
Whatever. However you want to do it, bro.
Oh my God. So like off rip, any and every time I see anywhere is the most enveloping, warmest hugs I've ever gotten. / back massage. I don't know how the hell she do it while hugging me. Give me like massage too, and I'd be like falling asleep and shit. But she got like the brightest energy. Is always upbeat. I've never one time seen her off. And she provides me with the most crack vegan. Like, I'm still sad that I can't get cake slices twice a week like I was doing before. And they so good and so filling, and the price point was so low. Like, you could have sold them cake slices for $12. Dumb ass big would take me like 2 or 3 days to eat one slice. So I mean, I keep going on and on, but the love, the energy, the positive vibrations that you give every single time I see you is like it's inviting, and it helped me get through the day. Like, people like you give people that you come in contact with that little bump that you need from different people in your life to, get through the day, or just maintain that level. So I love you to death for that.
I love you back. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I feel like
Pop that, booze.
hold on. I feel like so Cynthia, I'm looking at your picture right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Akil's tongue came in through to the left and tried to go inside your ear just now.
Oh wow, bro.
I feel like that's what just happened right
It's a
now.
family show.
When he said the back massage shit, it's like, hey, bro, cross the lines.
Booze. Hey, Booze. One day we gonna talk about that conversation me, you, and Asa had.
Hey!
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Cross the lines now, man. Is it my turn to go, or do you want to go?
No, we going backwards, dudes. It's a kill meat and we saving the best for last, right?
All right, yeah, you're right. Saving the best for last.
Yeah, man. See, I know you would like that formula. All right, so I'm gonna speak on the cake first. So my first day at work, bro, I had brought what did you make? Like half, I want to say you made half red velvet cake, half cheesecake for my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
with an Oreo cookie crust. Yeah.
Oh my God. I got Look, come on, man. Cynthia, don't say put your phone on mute right now. Chill. All right, hold on. All right, so look, I get to work with the goddamn box roped up with my name on it, bro. With my name on the box, written all over it, big bold, so everybody can see it, right? I come back upstairs at lunchtime, like 11:30. My cake is gone. I go to the store management, like, yo, somebody stole my cake? What happened? Carolyn tells me, oh, everybody just went in and had a piece in the break room. I'm like, what the fuck you mean somebody had a piece of my cake in the break room? With my name on it? You talking about my cake? And then her response was, it's okay, we'll give you a $50 gift card. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want no gift card. I want my cake. I can't buy that. Nobody can replicate that for $50, bro. You know, so I was pissed off for like a week. And then from there, I just had a lack of respect for everybody in the store. But that's because they knew what time, they knew what was in that box, and they knew how good it tasted. So anyway, I told her what happened, and she hooked me up with another cake, and we was good. Me and her was Gucci, but me and the institution, you know what I'm saying? Forget them. All right, so let's fast forward to the popcorn, right? Totally different product. The popcorn, and this is like, I want to say 60 days ago or something like that. I'm up there, you know, working and stuff, and the customers coming up to me, literally cussing me out. I didn't do nothing. They cussing me out because her item not on the shelf because it's sold out. Like all the time, right? You already know, like if you don't get it when we first put it on the shelf, it's a wrap. And then when the people buy it, they buying like 7-8 bags because they know what's up, you know? But anyways, one of my favorite moments after not from getting cussed out is Rest in Heaven, Baba Kalinde. Baba Kalinde will always come in and say, yeah, can you help me out real quick? You got any of that dill flavored Shayla scents in the back? I'm like, nah, Baba, we sold out as per usual. All right, just give me a buzz when it comes in. Just call me, text me, you know, and I'll come up here and grab a bag. Baba Kalinde, bro, do you know how selective he is with his diet and content? And this brother's worldwide, you know, phenomenal. And he goes to that product, you know what I'm saying, for his fix up. He probably got bags on deck, you know, on the astral plane right now that he might put up for mushroom trips or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, it's a game changer, man, what you did to the city with your products, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
For sure. All right, Bulls, now top those, Bulls.
I got.
So what's up with that astrology part, bro? So we don't need to hear Boo's part, right?
Oh yes. So I have several dope Cynthia stories. I will tell one or two very briefly. The first one is just more of watching her move in business. And for me, I watched when she brought in her initial product, the cake, and I watched her transition to popcorn. And for me, I'm saying, shit, she's a genius. Popcorn got a better margin. It takes less work. You know what I mean? Just like on a business level, like you got great energy and all that. You can have all that in spades and not be good in business. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I watched and I talked to her about business and on some other levels, how tenacious, prompt, and like business oriented you are. For me, after being in business with several people, I respect you in that respect because again, you can be a great person. That doesn't mean that you're gonna make a nickel in it. You know what I mean? And it comes about your mindset and what you bring to the table as far as being an entrepreneur and your owner. Because you got to control. You have to do all the work. You have to motivate yourself. You have to make yourself. You have to find the time. You have to be diligent about what you do. So from that place, you always motivate me personally, because I've told you a million times you're gonna be rich, but it's because of how you move, though. You know what I mean? You know, Big L always say, "Oh, he wants with a Yukon, a white Yukon."
Nah, he didn't move on up. He on a Rolls Royce level
You're
now.
on a Rolls Royce now, but that's because we know you're finna get that bread, though. You know what I mean? Like we trying to get some crumbs. It's like Rolls Royce is gonna be a crumb problem, not your.
Oh, okay.
That's my first thing about you, man. Is like, and I love you as a sister too. But the second thing would be the experience that I remember the most. I got two after this. So the first one would be I was at an event with Cynthia, and she had on this black dress, right? I'll never forget this. And it was with Walter Ride. Walter Ride was the CEO of Whole Foods at the time, and one of the vice presidents, one of the presidents of the region was there too. One of the presidents of Whole Foods. I watched these two men melt into puddles around her. You know what I mean? And that's that energy. When the CEO of Whole Foods melts into a puddle around you, you know what I mean? And it wasn't just the popcorn. It wasn't just an energy. It was the complete package. It was because everything that you brought. Man, you had that big ass afro, you know what I mean? And you represented, and we in Detroit, you know?
Thank you for saying afro at the end.
Correct.
But I mean, to me, it was real though, man, because I felt like these two men couldn't be more disconnected from Cynthia in many respects, right? For her to be able to pull them in and for them to be so comfortable around her, it speaks to your character, your spirit, but also I think they respected what you do too, like a lot of us do. Yeah. And the other really impressive moment for me with you would be recently, right? So last year, Cynthia got into what's the name of that? Dan Gilbert's small business loan competition, right? And I remember I was talking to you about it prior to. You got the fly jacket with the music notes on it, and I remember you was getting ready for it.
That's a dress. That's a dress.
That's a dress. My bad for trying to like
keep his eyes up top.
So I remember that I remember she was getting prepared for it, and I remember afterwards she hit me up, and like I can't remember how much money you got, but you got more money than you applied for, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Because people loved your product that much, and to me, I already was fully invested in believing in you, but to me, I just recognized that damn, it's not just me. Everybody sees what you have, who you are, and what you're bringing to the table. And that same night, she went to a hip hop show in Common, freestyled her name inside the show, right? But this magnetic personality, I'll never forget when she told me that, you know what I mean? But and like the crazy part is, it's like, if it was like an average Joe Schmo, I would be like, damn, that's crazy. With you, when it comes to you, it's like, man, I get it. I see it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not shocking because that's how dynamic your personality is.
Oh, man.
But I've seen you in several different spaces, and in all spaces, you always impress. And, you know, we didn't come here to kiss your butt, but we are learning, though, in life, give people their flowers where they can smell them. You know what I mean? And I definitely am happy to be able to give you your roses because you deserve all the roses a man can possibly hold in his arms to get to. You know what I mean? You deserve all that praise.
Yes.
Kim says speak for yourself, Bruce.
You said what now?
Kim says speak for yourself.
Y'all stop. Listen, I don't know what to say besides thank you. The love is received, and part of y'all motivation, whether y'all know it or not. I said you used to always. Asa did something. Let me tell you a quick story, real quick, about each and every one of y'all. Asa, I was coming to Eastern Market on a Saturday, and somebody on the staff there walked up to me and was like, "Oh, I heard your business on the radio." I'm like, I ain't did no radio spot. It was like, they was talking about Shayla Sense on the radio. I'm like, I haven't done no radio. I'm like, I think you got it wrong. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, who got access to the radio right now? And Asa was doing something with DJ BJ. And I was like, I wonder if Asa does. I'm like, but why would he do that? I'm like, nah. But then he came to get popcorn this Saturday. And I was like, did you happen to say anything about me on the radio? He was like, yeah, you know, I always got to plug you. And I was just like, wow. I'm like, that kind of motivation you can't even ask for. You know what I'm saying? Like, just when somebody truly love you, first off, right? And then rock with you. And then they actions show it and not just what come out of their mouth. it's like a huge, reflection, not only of just who they are, but also reflecting the light back on me to see who I am, because you don't have to rock with me that way. So thank you.
Thank you.
Booze.
Nah, do kill next. Last but least.
No. You got it right.
You think I'm gonna make it kill last. I'm gonna say the best for last on this run.
Go.
Booze, your motivation is so in my butt motivation, right? Your motivation is the tough love motivation. Yes, and I get you like the pushing back and forth. No, I don't see how you should do that. You should never do that. Let's think about this. Let's go with this. Let's go with that. So you always challenging me, because I don't feel like I always got it right. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing like having a team of people around you that you trust, and you can actually hear their words and then apply them. So your tough love is something that I genuinely appreciate, and you do it very well. So don't stop. It's well received, seriously. Akil, out of the three of y'all, your touch is the most gentle, which is probably why when I hug you, I rub your back. Okay. Whenever I see you, it's nothing but love. I mean, it's always on the highest level of respect, Asa and Booze. And it always comes at a time where some days you don't know, it be your hug that actually motivate me to put a smile on my face. You might be thinking I'm pouring into you, but you actually be pouring into me. And I didn't know that we had an likeness of losing someone. So what you think I'm giving to you, you definitely be giving to me. And it's always a beeline from behind, wherever you at or who you with. You like, that's my homie. I'm about to go and embrace her. And for that, thank you. Because some days you don't even know how much I actually need it.
Always, sis. Always.
Out here violating social distancing and shit. I saw that shit the other day.
No, what you talking about?
Booze hug people and then spray them. What the hell wrong with you, man?
No, I'll spray them then I hug them. Get out of here.
Spray 'em.
So no, let me say this real quick about the food truck, if I may.
Please.
So when I first came back to the city from Illinois, my thought process is I wanted a food truck. And so me and Greg hit the pavement. This was in 2011. We hit the food truck, went to a few different little spots where food trucks was gonna be at in Royal Oak and stuff like that. But at the time, nobody was really sharing the information on what I needed to do or the steps. It was kind of like we all had to figure it out. We figured it out, whatever, because it wasn't really that many food trucks around. So when I really got into looking at it, I'm like, the investment is too much at the moment. And so Greg's brother opened up a restaurant in Ann Arbor, right off of University Drive, and it wasn't able to sustain. And they had got a food truck, and he came at me like, "Sent, I know this was always one of your dreams. The food truck is yours." And that's what got me last summer. Like, what? This is really my reality, that I get to actually put my food on the road. And so we launched it last fall at U of M, and it was nothing but a success. And I'm saying successful in the sense that people embrace the concept. But now being able to bring it down to the city and come with my vegan, Mexican, Indian, Italian, Mediterranean.
You gotta talk about the smoke. You already know.
Listen, I know. Get it. So we were set to launch March 17th at Campus Martius, which for me was like the icing on the cake. To be down there 5 days a week to provide for the lunch traffic. And then we got hit with whatever this is called right now, what's going on. And so it's pushed plans back a little bit, but nonetheless, we still gonna grind. We set up to do, hopefully, River Days. But I'm so excited to bring my truck with straight vegan options that's gonna make you feel like you ain't never missed no meat, not one single day of your life.
Yeah.
Man. Cynthia.
Yes.
When you get to the next level, can I just work at the front desk and like take down orders and stuff?
I said, what did I already tell you I had for you when the brick and mortar come? What I tell you had coming? What I tell you?
Some
Remember?
keys.
You got some keys. Access to yours.
So basically, I'm gonna just be in the back eating up popcorn.
Negative.
Yeah, buddy.
No. So Akil is massaging your back. Asa got keys to the building. What exactly do I get out of this? What am I following all of this?
You can make some deliveries for me.
Golly.
Boom, boom, boom. Got a mic.
Oh, man. I'm keeping my regular file. I'm keeping my regular ass job. Make some
Gotta
delivery.
make deliveries in your truck and provide a gate.
This interview is going left as hell. What's your IG? Tell me your IG. Damn, hold on. Sid, go ahead. We do need your social media information now. We need all of
Yep.
that.
So thank you. So we have 2 pages. One is Mama Bear, which is Shayla Sense, SHALACYNTS. That's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that. That's Mama Bear. That's where you can see the beginning of where we started at. And then Sensational Popcorn is where we branched off to give its own identity. That's CYNTSATIONAL, Popcorn, on Instagram and Facebook. But then the website is shaylasense.com.
Okay. One thing we asked pretty much, I guess, over the past week, took a few episodes. What has this quarantine done for you? What has it been like for you? And you don't got to like be deep with it just much as like, has it been a positive or negative thing for you?
It's been a positive for me. Out of it has come more meditation, more self-reflecting, right? Being able to actually see where my kids' head at on really understanding what's happening in the world, not only just physically but spiritually. And then I've been really good. The time that I've been having to myself has been one of really going internally and healing because it's needed.
Man, I like that. All right,
Yeah.
go for it. I'm sorry, kid.
Oh no, I was just saying that was dope. That's the tip I'm on, heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm noticing the trend between it's a certain mindset in people. It's either you. It's not black or white, but it is very. It seems to be either or for a lot of people. Where either you embrace it and you use it as an opportunity, or you complain about everything that got something to do with it. And I think the people who will embrace it, the vibe, the high vibe guys, and you definitely vibe with us on a different level. You know what I mean? You know, I love all our guests. All our guests have been dope so far. But I would say that our personal connection to you amongst the 3 of us is probably one of the closer ones. You know what I mean? For all of us, this is a really special episode. And as we move forward and we blow up, and we get to the high vibe guys fest, whatever we're gonna do, because we're gonna do big things. We're gonna be right there with you. I ain't gonna need no keys. I ain't making no deliveries because we're gonna be right next door in our own building. All right. But
Booz, I received that. You are great. You are already great.
well, it's too late. I had my feelings earlier.
It's too late. My bad.
But I do feel as if out of all our guests, and this ain't no diss to any of our guests, and I guess I love them, but you definitely have a special place in our hearts. I'm so happy that you were able to make the show today. I'm truly because this was a great episode. And I do have one more thing I want to ask. If you were able to give a few tips, like 1 or 2 tips to anybody who's really trying to break into small business, whether they be a woman, whatever you feel like are the biggest thing you learn, what would you give?
It's funny that you asked that, because whenever I'm asked that question, Booz, my answer is not. I don't know if it's gonna fit everybody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean.
Yeah.
Cynthia Davis walked in Whole Foods and told this dude I saw, "Hey, I got a product that's gonna change your store. What we doing?"
Yeah.
That's me, right? I don't recommend everybody to do that because I don't know if that gonna work on their journey. You see what I'm saying? But the one thing that I can say is that whoever you are, know who you are, one, but then use those qualities, those strong characteristics that you have into the business. Pour all of that into the business, and then know that there's no such thing as no. There's never a such thing as a no. It just may be not the right time. And if it's not the right time, you just go another time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then when issues or something or challenges come up, go through them. Don't put them on the back burner. Don't pour into your work. Go through them through the times that you can, so that you can actually get stronger, and it'll show you who you are really and truly as that entrepreneur when you got that stick-to-itiveness to push through when the bull crap fall in your lap.
I love that. All right. Well, We hadn't did it in a while, but I do think I hate to put you on the spot unless you can't do it. Can you pull some astrology out your butt? Can you pull? I mean, can you
switch up your vocabulary?
Huh?
So can you switch up that vocabulary?
Y'all here go one of my oldest. He getting ready to leave for the day.
Okay. But just some astrology, just random for today's times or this particular window, or popcorn, or what? Huh?
Wrap up. I don't know. Hey.
You like how Booze likes to just randomly just put you on the spot and shit. Just, hey, so 3 minutes. Tell us what Cynthia's going to do in the next 30 years. Like, what?
Right.
They're always so abstract, bro. Like, what the hell is that?
Let's just like, what the sun right now. Let's just
I thought you were expecting for this to come at some point, so I thought you were prepared for it. My bad.
I didn't know what you meant. So look, we scratch that. The sun just went into Taurus a few days ago, right? Yeah. So Taurus is all about, resources, home, businesses, manifestations, or the manifestation process. I told you, Booze, you exemplify one of the best Taurus energies I've never seen. And when I think about you, and when I think about the entrepreneurship spirit present in this conversation today, it reminds me of the X-Men villain Juggernaut, right? If it's something in the middle, if it's something in the path, it's about to get knocked down, it's about to get destroyed, because can't nothing stop you from your destination or your goal. So that's what I feel, and that's what I see right now. So hopefully, those participating or watching can tap into that frequency.
I thank you for that. And that was perfect. After live go reading, you can probably, that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect.
It was dope.
Yeah, it was.
It was dope. Yeah.
Yep. And that was fun. Out my ass. Just for you,
boy.
Well said. I think we're finna wrap it up. We definitely want to do the show. The energy was great. It's gonna be even better when we in person. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Hey, real fast. Selfishly, Cynthia. So, how do I get one of those cake dillies that Asa got for his birthday?
How you get off the Zoom? Let me see where that button at. No, I got you, Akil. I promise.
I think he said it had Oreo cookies on the outside.
So right now, I got raw cheesecake. I got a strawberry raw cheesecake that I promise you would absolutely love. If you want to have some parts in that right now, I got you. If not, I can make you a cake next week.
Yes, please, to all of that.
I feel like the best prank ever would be.
You want both?
Yes. One. What? Yes.
I feel like the best prank ever would be for everybody except for Asa to get one and then sit here next week eating it while he's on.
Bro.
I got you. I like his thinking. Asa, I wouldn't do you like that.
That's Dave, our engineer in the background.
Yeah, I figured. Hey,
Dave. But
Cynthia, I'm just gonna cash app you $100, and you just give me what you want. How about that?
Accept it.
Yes.
Now he putting deadlines on me. Y'all, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm about to get back in here for this training. Blessings.
Peace, sis. Love you.
Peace.
Love you.
Well, Dave, we can take us out, but appreciate you guys for tuning into the High Live, guys. And we will see you in a couple of weeks. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.